Hold up.
Every day I wake up, wake your ass up.
The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
Well, let's get in some front page news. Start off with quickly in sports. Thursday night football. The Falcons beat the Buccaneers 29-28. What's up, Mimi?
MV, Loren, Charlamagne, how y'all doing this
Peace,
morning?
Mimi.
Good morning.
Good morning. So we start this morning with a major showdown in Washington over health care and what it could mean for your premium starting just next month. At the Senate, they voted down two competing health care bills yesterday. And with time almost out, that means those enhanced Obamacare subsidies that millions of Americans rely on are on track to expire in less than 3 weeks. Now, if that happens, premiums could double for more than 22 million Americans who rely on those subsidies to keep their insurance affordable. Now, neither the Democratic bill nor the Republican bill, they reached those 60 votes needed to move forward, turning this into a high-stakes election year battle. And Democrats, they are already warning that rising health care costs will be a top issue in 2026 along the midterms if Congress does not act. Now, after the vote, the Democrats, they held a press conference, and Senator Amy Klobuchar, she warned that this inaction will have a ripple effect. Let's listen to what she had to say.
And they not only rejected this 3 years, despite 4 of them, including a very conservative Republican voting with us today, they also rejected a 2-year. They also rejected a very clear vote on a simple 1-year extension that basically would have been the same amount of money as they sent to Argentina. So I don't know how they explain that it was more important for them to send money to Argentina for one of the president's buddies than it is to help people with their health care. 75% of the people on these plans are in red states. They're in states that Donald Trump won. So I am not surprised that 4 of our colleagues voted with us. What I'm surprised by is that we didn't get that extra 9 that we needed, who behind closed doors know that we have to do something about this right away.
Yeah, so that Republican plan, which would allow those subsidies to expire and steer people toward lower premium, higher costs, that plan also failed 51-48. In a press conference yesterday, White House Secretary Caroline Leavitt, she was asked whether Republicans are working on a solution. Let's listen to what she had to say.
The president and Republicans are currently coming up with creative solutions and ideas to lower health care costs for the American people, and you'll continue to hear more from them on that.
Before these subsidies expire?
I just said you're going to continue to hear more from the president and Republicans on this issue, I'm sure.
Well, we knew that was going to happen. Republicans don't care. They've been running against, Obamacare since the beginning. Why would they make any concessions now? So Democrats have to let the people loudly know the reason your health care is going up, and it's because of Republicans. So act accordingly when the midterms come next year.
Yeah. And so House Republicans, they say they want to vote before the holidays, but again, they still don't have a plan that their party can unite behind. And so for now, millions of Americans are bracing for those higher health care premiums that are set to kick in as of January 1st. And Congress is set to leave town next week. So meanwhile, experts are warning, though, without action, millions of people will likely just drop their health insurance altogether rather than pay those higher premiums that they can no longer afford.
Once again, we knew this was going to happen. So when you don't have no health care, when your health care prices shoot up, just know it's because of Republicans.
My mom called me yesterday and was she has an appointment set up in January. She does her checkup scans for her cancer every 3 months. She is so nervous. Like, she's like, let's keep calling at least like every other week to make sure like nothing is wrong, because it's so hard to get everything back situated once insurance is messed up. And it's just sad because it's
crazy.
like we went through like a year of just trying to get great insurances so she could get good doctors, and she's so nervous because she watches the news and hears all the stuff.
That's crazy. She shouldn't have to focus on, it happening. She should focus on an appointment, not who's paying, not how much is going to be covered. She shouldn't have to figure it, but she shouldn't have to focus on that. She should be focusing on if there is a problem, getting better, or making sure there isn't a problem, right?
Yeah.
And Americans throughout the country have to deal with that, which is effed up.
Yeah, and this isn't part of that affordability thing Republicans been talking about. Donald Trump said on day one he was going to get into the White House and, put more money in your pockets, bring inflation down, all of that good stuff. All it is doing is putting more financial strain on folks.
Absolutely. All right.
Absolutely. All right, well, coming up at 7, is AI changing what you pay for groceries? A new investigation says you may be paying more than the person next to you. We'll break it down and explain in the next hour.
All right. Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open again. 800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get back at some front page news. Start off with sports. And Thursday night football, the Falcons beat the Buccaneers 29-28. What's up, Mimi?
Good morning, MB, Loren, Charlamagne. How y'all doing this morning?
Peace,
Morning,
Mimi.
girl.
Good morning. So we start this hour with a major development in the case of Kilmar Abrego Garcia after a federal judge ordered his surprise release from an ICE detention center in Pennsylvania. He is now back in Maryland this morning. And the judge ruled the government had no legal authority to keep him detained because the paperwork needed to deport him, a final removal order, it was never completed. Now, without that, ICE could not lawfully hold him. But his attorney feels that this may not be the end of the fight. Let's listen to what he had to say.
But this case has always not just been about one man. At the same time, it's also about the fight between power and law, right? And the Trump administration's desire to use this one man to make a point that they can do whatever they want, whenever they want. I really wish that I could say that with this, they're going to leave well enough alone. This family suffered enough. This man has suffered enough. He was tortured in prison in El Salvador earlier this year. But, we've been around the block long enough to know that it's very unlikely that they're going to leave him alone. And I think they're going to keep coming after him. The exact means in which they do that, we don't know.
Yeah, so this controversy comes after months of aggressive attempts to remove him from the U.S. Now, at one point, the Trump administration tried to deport him to 4 different African countries, including Uganda and Liberia. And this morning, the administration says its position has not changed. They still intend to pursue his deportation. A DHS spokesperson said earlier this year that Abrego will, quote, never go free on American soil. And when White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, she was asked about his release yesterday in the Oval Office, this was her response. Let's listen.
The White House, the administration opposed this activism from a judge who is really acting as a judicial activist, which we've unfortunately seen in many cases across the country. Abrego Garcia is present in our country illegally. He is a proven human trafficker. He is a proven gang member. The administration has evidence of that. And as you saw from the Department of Homeland Security, they issued a statement saying they'll continue to fight this legal battle in court.
Question, Mimi, is that true? Is he a proven gang member and proven human trafficker?
No, he's not. In that case in Tennessee, is what they're talking about the human trafficker. That case is yet to go to court, but they have not proven that he is a gang member. In fact, he came from El Salvador and he was given immunity, and he was not told that he had to go back. And then when he went back to El Salvador, that was like against the law because he was given immunity from, I forget which administration it was. So it's still like an ongoing case. The Trump administration is still continuing to try and deport this man. But that's because a lot of people are saying they're trying to make an example out of him. When his case first got started, it was when the immigration stuff just began, right? Mm-hmm. And so a lot of what's happening with him stems from them just trying to make their point that they are in charge. And his immigration status is going to be revoked because, he's fighting against it. Basically, I don't know why they continue to fight against it.
I wonder how much they've ruined this man's life, because I'm sure he can't get no work because nobody wants to touch him. Right. You know what I mean?
He's been in jail for the past year. He has not, he's out of detention for now, mm-hmm. but he is scheduled to be in a Maryland courtroom at 8:00 this morning in Baltimore. And the last time that he was scheduled to be in court in Baltimore, he was taken back into custody. So we don't know what's going to happen. The Trump administration, they continue to go after him with tooth and nail. So we'll see what happens.
And that's funny, because when I heard it, when I knew that he came back home a year ago, I just thought he was home. I didn't even realize he was still in jail for the past year.
Yeah, they put him right back in detention. So we'll see what happens this morning. He is scheduled to be there at 8:00 this morning. His supporters say that they will be outside and they will be supporting him to see what happens. And his lawyers say that they will continue to fight tooth and nail for him. So, and then we also have an update to a story we brought you earlier this week. The man accused in that deadly shooting at Kentucky State University, the HBCU, he was in court yesterday. So 48-year-old Jacob Lee Bard, who investigators say is the father of 2 students enrolled at Kentucky State, he pled not guilty to murder and first-degree assault. Now, the judge, they set his bond at $1 million cash. His next hearing is scheduled for next week. Now, police say Bard was involved in a physical altercation on campus before pulling out a handgun and shooting 2 students near a residence hall. Now, one of those victims, a 19-year-old, he died at the hospital. The second remains in critical condition. And as for a motive, investigators, they haven't disclosed one, but they're still reviewing surveillance video, bystander video, and there are reports that there may have been a fight involving Bard's sons that may have happened beforehand, but police say it's too early to confirm that.
So damn sad.
Horrible, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And to our next story, so if you use Instacart to save time on groceries, this next story may make you look twice at your receipt. So a new study says Instacart has been using artificial intelligence to quietly test different prices on different shoppers, meaning 2 different people could be buying the exact same item from the exact same store at the exact same time and still pay completely different prices. Now, researchers, they tracked more than 400 shoppers in 4 cities and found that Instacart sometimes offered up to 5 different prices for the same product. And here's what that means for you. So if you use Instacart a lot, especially with grocery prices being so high, you could be paying up to $1,200 more a year without even realizing it. So consumer advocates, they say this isn't just confusing, it is unfair. And they argue that Americans are already struggling with grocery bills and they shouldn't be, quote, guinea pigs for price experiments. And so Instacart, though, they are pushing back, saying these are short-term tests that help retailers figure out what matters and keep essentials down for shoppers. And Instacart says that these tests, they are not based on who you are or your behavior. In other words, they say they're not targeting specific people, they're just running experiments across the platform.
I Instacart all the time. That's a little nerve-wracking. But you do got to watch them because even down to like when they replace certain things, which is I know is a human doing it, but like I make sure I like choose all of my replacements because they'll just grab whatever. So it'll be like brands or prices that you don't want.
Oh, I hate that. I ordered some Otis Spunkenmeyer cookies the other day and they sent me, I forgot what the other brand was, but it wasn't Otis Spunkenmeyer.
Did you put in your replacement?
No.
See, I do that.
They ask you if they don't have it, what's your replacement? I do my first replacement. I'll like write them and say, hey, if they don't have that, just refund it. Like I'm very particular about it.
I feel like that was just God's way of showing me that I didn't really need those cookies.
Yeah, you getting thick. You need to relax.
Or they could have been charged a lot more for those cookies than they were actually really worth. That's apparently what has been going on in a bunch of different cities. And Loren, you too, right? Like you got to double check your receipt now.
Yeah. Did you talk about AI? I saw yesterday the Time magazine made the architects of AI person of the year, which I also thought, I'm like, this is crazy. AI,
they are changing the world.
We can't escape it. People are upset, but you got to get with it.
I mean, AI is like anything else. There's going to be some positive benefits, but there's going to be a lot of negative benefits, and you just got to ask yourself, do the pros outweigh the cons when it comes to AI?
Yeah, I agree.
That's true. And speaking of something that maybe AI is not in yet, there's a national debate this year about when Christmas music should actually start. So a new survey says that a lot of
Mimi, I think it started already.
The black people started on Thanksgiving.
I think it started already, Mimi.
Well, apparently it started before November even started, according to this survey. They said that a lot of people are already over it, and we're not even across the finish line yet. They said that holiday music fatigue is up because retailers, they started playing it before the Halloween declarations were even being taken down. Shoppers say that they are tired of hearing the same rotation for hours. It gets overwhelming. And psychologists, they agree too, saying too much holiday music too early can actually raise stress levels and not spread cheer. And so there's this group online, they're pushing the December 1st rule, which means no nonstop Christmas music until December officially begins. But on the other flip side of that, there are people who actually love Christmas music, and they say that streaming numbers, they spike early November. So the country's split, not on whether we like music, but when we want to hear it. So what do you guys think? How
December
early
1st.
is too early?
December 1st is when it's supposed to start. I already told y'all that November should be like, especially around Thanksgiving, should be like, it's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas phase. On December 1st, all the lights should be up, all the Christmas decorations, and Christmas music should be playing everywhere. December 1st.
My grandma started at Thanksgiving. That's what it is for us traditionally.
Yeah, I'm with anytime after Thanksgiving. I think after Black Friday, I think it's
That's right, December 1st. And you know what, Mimi, they got to stop playing the same old whack Christmas songs. You got to start leaning into the fly stuff. Lean into the Jackson 5, Santa Claus is coming to town. Donny Hathaway's This Christmas. Stevie Wonder's What Christmas Means to Me. Lean into, more Feliz Navidad, even though that plays all the time. And that's the greatest Christmas song of all time. Lean into the Boys the Men Christmas records, the Johnny Gill. I guarantee you, if people start to hear that, they'll be like, oh, I like that soulful Christmas music. They playing the whack Christmas songs. That's why people are fatigued.
Yeah, that might be true. Absolutely. So we'll continue to see what happens with that because Christmas, it hasn't even gotten here yet, and people are talking about they are already tired of the Christmas music.
No,
so.
not me. I am enjoying the moment.
Yeah,
I love the
good.
Christmas
Well, see, that's because a lot
season.
of people don't have the money to participate in Christmas. So it's like you hear it so early. It's like it's just kind of like a bah humbug.
Well,
type of
remember
thing.
the reason for the season. It's supposed to be about Jesus, right? Even though,
Yes.
we know Jesus wasn't born on December 25th, but it's just, if that's the reason for the season, if it's about Christ, then lean into that.
Yeah, it's probably hard to think about that though, when you got kids excited about Christmas. You
Think
know?
about joy. Just be joyful. Be happy. Like I like the energy that the season brings.
It's like it feels like a hug when you with your family.
There you
got the
go.
music
There you
and
go.
There you go.
Food.
Yeah, Lauren, it does. Absolutely. All right, and lastly, y'all, do not forget to buy your Powerball tickets this weekend. There is a $1 billion prize up for grabs. You have yours
You
on
got yours already,
Come on,
Charlamagne.
I buy them
I knew
every
you were gonna pull
week.
it out your wallet.
Powerball
I was waiting.
$2. You know, I do Powerball every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. What
I'm
we
going.
talking about?
I got to do mine today.
I've never done it before.
So if someone wins this weekend, the cash payout is like $460 million before taxes.
I'll take it.
Drawing,
I said I'll take that.
Yeah, of course, me too. The drawing is tomorrow night, so you still have time. Like Charlamagne just said, the tickets are $2. So if you're feeling lucky, y'all definitely go play. That's a huge jackpot, life-changing money.
Yeah, Powerball is the one I still salute all the time and lean into because they still $2. Mega Millions went up to $5 a ticket. That's ridiculous.
$5 at what?
I've been told y'all that, man. Yes, man. Mega Million. That's why I only do 2 Mega Million numbers now, and I do 5
I'm only doing
Powerball.
Back in y'all day, how much
Dollar.
were they?
$1.
I feel like Chris Rock. Remember Chris Rock was like, can I just get one rib? That's what I feel like. Let me just get
That's all you need. All it takes is one. If God got it meant for you to win it, you're going to win it
Jesus.
off that one number. So,
All right.
True. All right, y'all. Well, that's your front page news. I'm Mimi Brown. Follow me at Mimi Brown TV for more stories. Follow the Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit BINnews.com.
peace, Mimi.
Thank you, Mimi.
Thank y'all.
Every day I wake up. Wake your ass up.
The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?